Welcome back, everybody. I'm Phil. That's Sam.
Hey guys, we are Bars and Barbells.
We have arrived at Michael Bolton for the first time on the channel today. How can we be lovers? And this one came to us via the members. Thank you so much to all our members who support us in our community. We're over 50 members. We just kind of put that up there. And we're like, you know what? People want to join and get some more input and get access to videos a little bit earlier than everybody else, then sure. Then they can have their comments show up. Cool. And then all of a sudden we got 50 members and you guys have been really helpful in letting us know where to go with some of these polls.
Yeah, well, especially when it's an artist that we haven't done on the channel, right? Like we don't know where to start. You guys are amazing at letting us know what song to do first. And you guys picked this one out of 4 Michael Bolton songs. So this is where we're starting.
Yeah. And Michael Bolton had actually tied, I think it was with the Georgia Satellites that they tied on the poll. And it kept going back and forth. And then we went ahead with the Georgia Satellites, and all of a sudden, Michael Bolton's tied again. I don't think there's a way to archive the polls, or maybe there is. And I just
people are going back and like voting on old polls, and you're like, we already closed this
or
one.
like new members come in and they start voting on all the polls. Anyways, so it ended up being tied again. So we're like, okay, well, we should probably do Michael Bolton as well. And then we gave them the 4 choices from Michael Bolton, and they selected How Can We Be Lovers? So
this is how we arrived here.
Better be good, or you guys suck. Kidding, of course. I just said you guys are great.
Honestly, you guys have picked some fire tunes.
They
so
do.
far,
They do.
so.
Our dedicated fans and subscribers are definitely in the wheelhouse of knowing great songs. So we got Michael Bolton for the first time. Like I said, this came out in 1990. And I think this might be a little bit different, though. We were reading that he does more like ballad type of songs.
Slow ballads.
And this might not be that. I don't know. But well, I guess we should probably find out. And let us know down below in the comment section where we should go next with Michael Bolton. If you like it, if you're a fan of Michael Bolton, drop a comment down below. Let us know what you want us to check out. And if you agree with that suggestion in the comment section, give it that comment. And then we tend to, see the top comments rise to the top. So that's just the way social media works. So then we see that and we know where to go next. So anyways, let's stop conversing about Michael Bolton and actually find out what the hell he does on his microphone.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Look at us, baby. Still trying to work it out. Never get it right. We must be fools. We must be crazy. Whoa, whoa. There's no communication. Whoa, whoa. It's a no-win situation. How can we be lovers if we can't be friends?
Tell him.
Look like a guitar.
Hot pink. Well, we definitely are experiencing much more of a high energy vibe, I feel like, on this one.
Yeah, I feel like this definitely has like an 80s rock feel to it.
Yeah, it definitely does. But it is interesting because it's mixed with this like soulful, raspy voice from Michael Bolton here. It's got a lot of grit to it. It's a nice combination. I can see why you guys are probably saying like, we've got to check out this one, because it's a really cool combination of that grit and that raspiness, but the soul and love song and, you know, the rock 80s
Yeah,
feel
like
that
the
you were talking
energy.
about. It's got a really nice mix of recipe of all the right stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'm enjoying it. I feel like his vocal, like you can really tell almost this frustration or like, you know, this feeling like he's talking about in the song lyrically. He's talking about being in this relationship where,
Got to have the chemistry first.
yeah, but how they're like, you know, they're just fighting so much that they're not even able to like talk things out or
Communicate,
resolve things. Yeah. So you can tell like that frustration is almost coming through his vocal delivery.
Yeah, for sure. And it's something that I don't think you hear about a whole lot today. Too often now, maybe it's from social media marketing or whatever, that love is like perfect all the time. That you have these perfect fairy tale relationships. But I think that this is capturing the reality that happens a lot of the time with relationships, where he's talking at least about the essence of what it takes to be in a long-term successful relationship. But you're going to have ups and downs. You got to work through those barriers. You got to learn how to communicate. You got to learn how to be friends before you can be in a really strong relationship,
Yep,
right? Because if you're not, you're going to have those situations where you got stuff on your mind. Like you were saying, you're laying in bed and you got both things to say, but you're not saying them to each other. And then it just becomes worse and worse and worse, right? So really like the feel of the song, because there's a lot of truth to it. And then like you said, his performance is impassioned. It's emotive. It's letting you know, like, I care about this thing. It's important that we got chemistry.
Exactly, with that delivery. And if you guys are loving this as much as we are, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more videos.
Yeah, and also, it's just funny how I said, let's see what he's going to do with his microphone, right? And before we got into it, and then he like
classic.
literally snatches the microphone at one point in the video.
I
there.
also love the hot pink guitar.
Yeah.
Lovers if we can't be friends. How can we start over when the fighting never ends? Baby, how can we make love if we can't make amends? How can we be lovers if we can't be friends?
All right, where are we going?
How can we be lovers? Baby, times are rough, but we can make it. We can work it out.
Okay.
How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we start over where the fight never ends? Baby, how can we make love if we can't make amends? How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we start over where the fight never ends? How can we be lovers if we can't make amends? If we can't be lovers if we can't be? How can we be lovers if we can't be friends? How can we start over where the fight never ends?
Okay.
I feel like this has a little bit of that kind of like 80s rock anthem, like anthemic feel of this, because I feel like I could see people like just like passionately like singing this chorus.
Well, I was thinking this is probably one of the big ones for his concerts.
Yeah. For
Because
like
it's so
audience
anthemic.
participation and stuff. Yes.
Yeah, and
for sure.
that really, I think, is driven home by the chorus section that's got the backing vocals, harmonized backing vocals that really make it, give like a chant feel of an anthem. And obviously it's repetitive, towards the end.
Yep.
Right. And so, like I said, just totally a concert anthem, in my opinion. And
See the whole audience just like chanting.
yeah, and he showed off some vocal dexterity, there. Obviously, we talked about the raspiness, but towards the end, he was hitting some peaks there that showed off a range. I'm curious to know if that's going to come about in other songs if we get into those. But did you like the song?
I
overall?
did. Yeah. I thought it was cool. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. But I thought it was really cool. And like I said, it really kind of harnessed that, because this is interesting, right? Because this is from, we said 1990, correct? So I definitely feel like this is like, makes sense that it's like exiting the 80s. Because to me, this had definitely more of like an 80s sound to me.
Yeah, that's valid. I mean, it's kind of maybe,
On the cusp of like crossing over and before the 90s sound kind of pivoted.
yeah, I think he was popular in the 80s, right? So maybe this is, towards, I don't know how long his career went on for. I think he was pretty
For a long
prevalent
time.
for quite a while.
Yeah.
But maybe his peak, we'll say, was in the 80s. And so maybe this was, him carrying that sound on a little bit further into the early start of the 90s. But it's crazy to think like this came out in the 90s, and then you had stuff like grunge starting to
That's what I
appear.
mean. Like this sounds so different
You had
to me
like
than
gangsta
that.
rap coming out. It's so different. So much different music that started to really populate. But I don't know. I think like it kind of went in the wrong direction, if you ask me, going
From
back
there onwards.
going back on the channel now. I thought kind of, really appreciate this stuff. It's, as I said before, it's got a recipe of, all the right mix
Yep.
of things. So
Totally agree.
I think the members did pretty well.
Yeah, I think you guys did a great pick. And now you need to let us know where to go next.
Yeah. Michael Bolton, where should we go next?
Yes.
There was another really popular one. I think other channels that are in the reaction community, they've done one song of his that seems to be super popular. I didn't see many channels that looked into this one here, so I was surprised that you guys were recommending it. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm going with the members on this one.
I liked it. So you guys did well.
Our members have done well, so let me roll with them. Let's screw the other channels. Let's do let's do our channel our way. That's what we do here, guys. So no, we really appreciate all the support. We appreciate everybody in this community. So thank you so much, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like Sam said earlier, hit that like button, leave us a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't done so already, because we got music, comedy, sports, history, cultural stuff all over the map when it comes
Lots
to
of
content.
diversity here.
Yeah. So just like the 90s, we're getting a lot of diversity in the music. We got a lot of it on our channel too.
Lots of
So
different content.
we'd love to have you a part of it. I'm going to shut up now. Have a great day. See you on our next video.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.